Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to create or edit files, text files, using the Vim text editor from the command line. So for starters, I'm going to create a file using Vim, and then I'll just call this one Vim example.txt. And so when you start out in Vim, you start out in what's called the command mode. So if you start typing, well, eventually it'll put you in insert mode, but it's basically listening for commands. It's not listening for you to input text, but you can input text by first typing I to enter insert mode, which actually allows you to type as you would in a normal text editor like Notepad or similar. So here is text, and just make a few lines. So to exit insert mode, you use the escape key, and that brings you back to command mode. So yeah, that gets, yeah. Now to navigate you can see you have a cursor in your file. And to navigate, there are a couple ways you can do that. You can either use the arrow keys, which I usually do just because it's pretty intuitive, or you can use H, J, K, and L, which some people find to be a fair bit faster. So H is left, L is right, K is up, and J is down. And then if you want to move your cursor to a given position on a line, if you have home or end keys, you can use those. So home will take you to the start of the line, end will take you to the end of the line. Move this cursor. What I usually use, since I don't actually have either of those keys, is 0 and $, which do the same. So if you press 0, the number 0, it'll bring you to the start, and then $, so shift 4 brings you to the end of the line. And then if you want to move your cursor to the start of the file, just type G twice. Then if you want to move your cursor to the very end of the file, you use a capital G, so Shift G. And then you can copy paste in Vim using capital Y to copy. So let's say I want to copy this line. I'll just go to the line, Shift Y, so now it's copied. And I'll just go down one and press P. And see it pasted it right there. Then to delete lines, so the letter D can be used for deleting lines. So if you just want to delete the line that you're at, you use D twice, so D, D, and that deleted the line. You can also, let's see, so there I just did D and then 5, and that deleted 5 lines. So yeah, you can use integers to delete a given number of lines. And then if you want to delete everything from the current line to the end of the file, you use D and then capital G, because capital G again means end of the file. You can also delete everything from the current line to the top of the file using GG in a similar manner. So D G, G. Delete everything from the selected line up. And then if you just want to delete certain characters, you can use X, and that will delete whatever character you're hovering on. Then if you want to undo something you've done in command mode, you use just the U, letter U. See that? Got all that back. And then when you're ready to save your file and exit it, then you can use, these are the commands. So to enter a command like this, when you're in command mode, you actually start with a colon. So say I want to save what I've written here, you do :W for write, enter, and see it says down there that it wrote 10 lines. If you want to quit the file, or quit Vim, you can use Q. I'll just open this back up again. If you want to write and quit, you can combine them with WQ. Though usually for write quit, I prefer X, just a one-letter command that does the same thing. And then if you want to quit without saving, so let's say I add something in here that I don't actually want to save, then you can do that. You'll notice if you try to quit when things aren't saved, it'll warn you and basically won't let you. So what you do then is you, as it says, add an exclamation point after the Q, and that'll let you leave without saving your changes. So you can see those are gone. And then one more really handy thing you can do in Vim is search and replace. This can be really useful for refactoring code. So let's say I want to take every instance of, let's just say the word text, and I'll just change it to, I don't know, some string. Then what you do is you start with :%s/, then the word you want to replace. So in this case, text, and then, I don't know, say something, and then /g, and enter, and you can see it changed that line. So in this case, what these mean is the %s means that it's searching the whole file for a phrase. Then input, output, fairly self-explanatory. Then the G means global, which means it'll do that for every line in the file. If you don't have the G there, it'll only do it for one line in the file, which, in this case there only was one, but sometimes you want to do it on the whole file. And then if you have just S instead of %s, then it'll only look at the line your cursor is currently on. And then finally, if you want to search a file for a term, then from command mode, you type / and then the term you're looking for. So say is, and you can see it highlighted there, and brings your cursor right to it.